Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. I just heard from the last speaker that he was between lunch and a speech. So I think I am also between that. So I hope you all are still not that hungry and can still focus on what is being said in the room. So with that, I would like to talk about what we are trying to do in Nepal vis-a-vis the subject that is under discussion today. Um, it is an honor to be able to speak about Nepal's journey towards digital empowerment at this prestigious Raisina Dialogue Digital Public Infrastructure Conclave, a platform that unites visionaries from governments, industry, academia, and civil society to shape the future of inclusive digital transformation. I extend my gratitude to the Government of India, the Observer Foundation, Observer Research Foundation, and Carnegie India for convening this critical dialogue. We were able to talk about and listen to deliberations on important topics such as geopolitics, peace and security, climate change, and the Global South during the Raisina Dialogue this week in New Delhi, and happy to be part of this important conclave on the digital public infrastructure as well. The theme of this conclave, exploring the nexus between DPI, innovation, AI, and diplomacy, resonates deeply with Nepal's aspirations to harness technology for equitable progress. As we gather in New Delhi, a city emblematic of South Asia's ancient wisdom and modern dynamism, I'm reminded of the timeless Sanskrit adage, one much favored by Honorable Shri Narendra Modi ji, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world is one family. In our interconnected digital age, this philosophy underpins the need for collaborative, human-centric technological ecosystems. Today, I wish to reflect on how digital public infrastructure can bridge divides, empower communities, and redefine diplomacy in the coming times. Digital public infrastructure is the bedrock upon which inclusive societies are built, much like what was being said by the speaker before me. Much like roads, electricity, and water networks, DPI, encompassing digital identity, payment systems, and data exchanges, forms the backbone of modern governance and economic resilience. India's pioneering efforts, such as the Aadhaar card and UPI, have demonstrated how DPI can democratize access to services, spur entrepreneurship, and foster participation in the formal economy. In a similar manner, Nepal has also started charting its digital journey. The government of Nepal remains consistent in its efforts to accentuate and familiarize itself with the fast-paced advancement of technology and digitization. The digital economy has been identified as a key driver of growth and social inclusion, and the digital delivery of public services has been improving in Nepal over the past decade. The government continues to play an active role in designing and implementing services. Our National Identity Card initiative, launched in 2018, aims to provide every citizen with a secure digital identity, facilitating efficient governance by streamlining access to healthcare, education, social security, and public services delivery. Similarly, the Nepal Rashtra Bank, which is Nepal's central bank, bank's digital payment initiatives have catalyzed financial inclusion, with mobile banking penetration reaching 78% of adults in 2024. These systems are therefore not merely technological tools, they are instruments of social justice, ensuring no one is left behind in the march towards prosperity. Our digital initiatives are guided by the e-governance blueprint and the Digital Nepal framework. We are also in the process of introducing a Personal Data Protection Act. Our regulations reflect the government of Nepal's priorities in the digital space. Distinguished delegates, we aim to define a clear governance framework for digitization, ensure strategic alignment of all digital initiatives under unified policies, and coordinate digital initiatives across all government levels. The government also aims to promote international best practices in digital governance through these frameworks, and I feel we have a lot to learn from India. Just the other night, we heard a very eye-opening speech from the founder of Infosys, there's much that Nepal can learn from what India is already doing. Our regulations place the utmost importance on safeguarding citizen privacy and security and strengthening cyber security mechanisms to protect Nepal's digital assets. We aim to improve our digital infrastructure and services, enhancing its accessibility across Nepal. To this end, we are actively working towards enhancing nationwide broadband connectivity and affordable internet access, and we plan to implement a life cycle policy to ensure the timely renewal of our digital infrastructure. Developing digital literacy and skills is among our top priorities. We continue efforts to introduce digital literacy programs across schools, universities, and professional sectors, establish citizen service centers to assist individuals with digital services and enhance IT capacity within government institutions through structured training programs. But we also face a challenge because to hire people in the government institutions in Nepal is very difficult because we still have a relatively small base of IT professionals, and they are mostly snapped up by the private sector at a more competitive price. So that is a challenge that I would also like to find out more about how India is dealing with that. It's very difficult to attract people to the government sector in this field. We are also in the process of establishing triangular collaboration between the government, private, and academic sectors to foster innovative and research driven cooperation in e governance. To this end, we plan to establish G2G, G2B, and B2B networks at the national, regional, and international levels to collaborate on knowledge creation and transfer related to e governance. We continue enacting policies to foster mutual collaboration and support. We firmly believe that DPI can foster regional and international cooperation, boosting integration and collaboration through cross border digital trade and data exchange. Indeed, DPI can be leveraged to ensure cost effective and scalable digital solutions for all. Despite digital's promise, challenges persist. Nepal's rugged terrain and resource constraints exacerbate the digital divide. While households and businesses have regional access to basic connectivity, which is a good starting point for digital inclusion, there remains gaps in access to affordable broadband. There are also some issues regarding cybersecurity threats and other challenges regarding data security. This is another area that Nepal is now trying to really work on. We've had, I think, experimental attacks on our data system by some dark webs. And we have, of course, met the challenge, but I think in the coming days, we need to have need to be more tech savvy in order to avoid these kind of threats. Distinguished delegates, DPI's true potential lies in its multiplier effect. By integrating digital ID with interoperable payments platforms and data sharing protocols, governments can unlock innovation across sectors. For example, Nepal's Digital Nepal framework prioritizes agriculture, healthcare, and education, leveraging DPI to deliver real time market data to farmers and telemedicine to remote villages and e learning tools to students. These innovations are not futuristic ideals, they are today's realities, transforming lives in the Himalayas and beyond. And recently, for Nepal, of course, in India, there may be many service providers like that. There is a person, I think I forgot his name, but he has a very innovative program and he's training thousands of Nepalese to take part in Nepal's civil service exams. So these kind of entrepreneurs and these kind of trainings are also now becoming more and more real in Nepal. The convergence of DPI and artificial intelligence heralds a new frontier of possibilities. DPI generated data, anonymous, aggregated, and ethically sourced, can train AI models to predict climate disasters, optimize supply chains, and personalize education. We could imagine AI driven advisories alerting Nepali farmers about impending monsoons or algorithms streamlining cross border trade between Nepal and India. Such synergies could redefine regional development and offer tremendous opportunities, including the potential to contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. Yet, the great power comes with great responsibility. As we embrace AI, we confront ethical dilemmas, algorithmic bias, data privacy, and the concentration of technological power. Nepal's laws and policies emphasize accountability and transparency, ensuring AI serves the people, not vice versa. Distinguished delegates, we advocate for global standards akin to the UNESCO recommendation on AI ethics to ensure that marginalized communities are not excluded from AI's benefits. The Global Digital Compact, championed by the United Nations, offers a blueprint for equitable AI governance. Let us ensure that the global south are not mere data providers but equal partners in shaping AI ecosystems. By pooling resources through platforms like the International Solar Alliance or the Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure, we can co create AI solutions for climate adaptation and healthcare, a testament to the spirit of South South cooperation, about which we've been talking a lot in this past few days. Excellencies, in an era of geopolitical fragmentation, DPI diplomacy emerges as a force for unity. By fostering cross border interoperability, we can turn digital infrastructures into bridges of cooperation. The Nepal India MOU for cross border digital payments has paved the way for cross border QR payments, facilitating trade and tourism. This could be a template for future cross border collaborations in the digital space. This is also an example of how technology can be used to strengthen ties between neighbors. The India Stacks open source model, shared with many other nations, is a good example for potential DPI diplomacy. In addition, regional frameworks such as BIMSTEC must prioritize digital integration. The BIMSTEC Digital Conclave, held in Colombo last month, provided a valuable platform for sharing experiences and forging partnerships for taking forward the DPI initiatives of BIMSTEC member states under the theme Building Digital Public Infrastructure for Shared Prosperity. It is very clear that there is both potential and need for regional cooperation in building the digital public infrastructure, in driving digital transformation and regional development in areas such as digital identity, payments, health, uh, SME transformation, logistics, and governance, which the previous speaker also talked about. A unified regional digital market with shared standards for e commerce and data governance could also generate tremendous economic value. And these are the kinds of things that Nepal eagerly looks forward to, especially as a landlocked nation. However, DPI diplomacy must guard against new divides. As the UN Secretary General's roadmap for digital cooperation warns, fragmented regulations and digital sovereignty disputes could fragment the internet. Therefore, all stakeholders, including government, industry, academia, think tanks, and civil society, must play their roles in advancing a safer, more equitable digital world, one which will lead to a brighter and more prosperous future for all. There is also a need for forums such as this conclave to push for inclusive rules that balance global interconnectedness with national security concerns. Dear friends, governments, industry, development partners, and other relevant stakeholders must partner together to invest in infrastructure. Initiatives like Nepal's Digital Village project are a good example of how agricultural productivity and rural incomes have been enhanced through digital solutions in collaboration with stakeholders. This must be followed up with the necessary capacity building support to create technical expertise for the governance of DPI and AI, complemented by the inclusion of Global South's voice in global DPI norms. In this regard, India's leadership assumes importance. India can help developing countries improve digital public infrastructure by sharing its experience in building cost effective digital systems such as Aadhaar and the UPI. India can offer technical expertise, training, and partnerships to build digital infrastructure, promote e governance, and support inclusive access to technology. Additionally, India's expertise in affordable technological solutions using mobile phones, along with the increasing use of AI in service delivery, can help make digital infrastructure accessible to a wider population. Distinguished delegates, digital technological innovations continue to evolve at an unprecedented pace, and we must therefore be prepared for this inevitable transformation. DPIs will continue to remain at the core of this transformation, particularly in the delivery of services to the last mile. We must therefore build safe and inclusive digital public infrastructure that benefits all, ensure ensure DPI implementation mitigates risks at both the individual and societal level, advance the sustainable development goals, and foster trust and equity across all countries. The challenge is vast, as we can see. Nepal remains committed to this digital transformation and working together to build DPIs that are inclusive, ethical, and transformative. Let this conclave therefore ignite a beacon of hope, a world where digital infrastructures empower the farmer in Janakpur in Nepal, the entrepreneur in Shillong in India, and the student in Madurai in Nepal and in Mustang in Nepal alike. Thank you.